this motherfucker, man, ain't nothing like getting out of a shower, man. That shit feel good as a motherfucker, man. Hey, man, look, man, I'm getting straight to the point because I got to get up for work and I ain't got time to play around. You know what I'm saying? So let's get straight to this point. You know what I mean? I'm about to kill this doctrine. I'm about to cut the head off of this motherfucker before people get deceived and believe some bullshit. All right? Because half truths have truth in them, but they are also misleading. You know? So, all right. People say is 6 months. Let's just say 6 months. Is 6 months too early to marry somebody? Now, a lot of people going to jump on. Hey, hold on, man. I got a check. How the fuck I get a check? What? Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Not sure what that's about, but whatever. Anyways, man. My bad, y'all. Look. All right. Some people are going to say you can meet somebody and love them first sight and all that bullshit. Look, man, we deal with reality. You know what I mean? I deal with reality. I don't know about y'all. You know what I'm saying? You could deal with fairy tales all the hell you want to, but you might end up picking the wrong person, getting the wrong person, having a kid by somebody you probably shouldn't have or whatever. Anyways, man, hell nah, you shouldn't. And here's why. This is why you can't marry somebody, you know, just because you everything going perfect in 6 months, because the first 6 months or shit, the first couple years or whatever, you're in the Cinderella stage, man. What does this mean? That means everybody's on their best behavior and the relationships have not been tested. A relationship has to be tested. And some people say you love at first sight. You can't know if you really love somebody until you know all their flaws and the relationship has been tested. So if I just meet somebody today that's just the perfect person and I just think that, oh, this is all I want, that don't mean I love them, man. I don't know their flaws. We haven't been tested. You know, we haven't argued. We haven't fought or whatever the case may be. So I don't believe that you can. I don't believe you should, because another thing, just because you marry somebody, it does not mean that this means more. See, that's the problem with people. They think that, okay, we're in a relationship, everything's going good. Now let's amplify it. Let's bring it to another level. Getting married don't necessarily mean that your relationship is on another level. You don't need a fucking title to catapult your relationship. But people often confuse this. This is why people want to get married. I can't wait till I get married. Like you accomplished something. It is an accomplishment, but it's not. Just like I told the girl with the not smoking cigarettes for 2 weeks that everybody wanted to bash me about. It's not. You should be proud of yourself, but it's not an accomplishment. You shouldn't look at it as an accomplishment. It is an accomplishment, but you shouldn't look at it that way because it's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to not smoke forever. So the ultimate goal in a relationship is not to break up forever. So therefore, just because you've been doing good for 6 months, don't mean you should get married. That don't catapult shit. Stop thinking that marriage catapults your relationship. It does not. It's still the same shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. Everybody wants to fucking be, well, I ain't gonna say everybody. I understand why people want to get married. I mean, I got the desire myself. If it happens, it happens. But if I'm with a woman and everything going good, that don't mean I got, oh, let's go get married now. Let's move in now and all this other shit. That has nothing to do with our relationship. It's not going to make it better. It is what it is already. You know, just like having a kid is not going to make a relationship better. It is what it is already. So people, and the main thing is people are not understanding. In 6 months, your relationship has not been tested. It's possible. Let me take that back. It's possible that your relationship has been tested, but I don't think so. Y'all might have a little test here and there or some bullshit. That ain't no real test, man. It's just not. And you don't know all their flaws. You cannot say you really genuinely love somebody until you love them unconditionally, flaws and all. You ain't gonna know all their damn flaws. They still perfect to you in 6 months. You still in Cinderella stage. Everything's all perfect. That's why I tell people, don't fall in love with that stage. I understand that this is the stage that makes you ultimately want to pick a person, but you can't fall in love with that stage because this is one reason why. Because what if things start going down and now you got to decide to leave this person? Guess what's going to happen? You're going to be in love with that person in that Cinderella stage. What if they didn't show you who they really was yet? You're going to be in love with that person, even though the girl had another guy in the bed, had the girl, even though the girl, I came home, a girl has another guy in the bed, right? I'm like, nah, you're going to be thinking the other shit. You're going to still think she the same person. She going to be able to lie or whatever. Let's just say you caught them with some bullshit. They're going to be able to lie their way out of it because if you fell in love with the person back then instead of like falling in love with them every day, over and over. You're supposed to fall in love with somebody every day, over and over. Not just back then. And that's what happens. That's what happens with that Cinderella stage bullshit. And you know what else happens with that? It's not even just about the person. It's about the relationship in general. Oh, he used to do this and he used to do that, or she used to do this and she used to do that. And now I miss this and I miss that. This is why I tell people don't fall in love with that shit. Plus, people who fall in love with the Cinderella stage often only on their best behavior then. They don't look at it long term. Let me just go ahead and be nice for now until I fuck a couple times and whatever. You know how men might do it, or women might do the same thing. Let me be on my best behavior right now until a little later. And then now I'm gonna take the mask off then. This is why that Cinderella stage shit is dangerous. But guess what? The only way to avoid this Cinderella shit is to take your time with somebody. 6 months? Hell no. Hell, it'd be nice. I'm not even going to say this. I'm going to say this. I'm not saying if you marry somebody in 6 months that it won't work forever. It could. I wouldn't do it though. Because you know why I would not do it? Because it does not change nothing. The relationship is still the same after the wedding. The relationship still is the same. Before you got married, only thing now the state's in your business and all this other shit. That's the only difference. But it's still the same shit. Am I saying that men should sit around and just be with a woman forever and not marry her? Nah, I don't really agree with that. I'm not saying that. I don't really agree with that. I believe if you found the one that's good and loyal and you want to be with her and shit, you should at some point. But I don't think you should right away. You guys really have to go through something. It has to be some type of temptations, something. No relationship is perfect. But them Cinderella relationships, them was them perfect relationships that people fall in love with. And that's not what the relationship is going to be like. So if you fall in love with that, then what's this shit over here a couple years later? See, when the going gets tough, who's going to stick around? Who's going to really love who? See what I'm saying? But guess what, man? If I don't fall in love with the Cinderella stage from jump, and I already know, like, okay, I know she got flaws and shit like that, and she's not going to be perfect. It's not going to bother me once it starts happening. Like, I knew she wouldn't be perfect. Now, we ain't talking about, like, the girl cheating and shit, like, crazy shit. Just saying, like, I'm seeing flaws, like, okay, that's cool. Because I'm not deceived. I'm not thinking this person is some perfect person. So when I start to get to know her more, I won't be disappointed. And I won't be disappointed in the relationship. Some people fall in love with that bullshit because a lot of people are doing on their best behavior at first. That's another thing I don't condone. I think you should behave better. I ain't gonna say behave. I think you should become better more as time goes. Let's say I used to take her out to, I don't know, Lone John's or something. Then fucking 5 years from now I'm buying her a car or something, or whatever she did for me. You get the point. I think it should go better as time goes because I think that also it helps the relationship too. And I just think that people aren't being fake. I think you're finding out if somebody's really with you and you're not being fake towards them. You're not trying to earn them. Oh, I'm just going to I'm go all out. That's why I tell women all the time, yeah, that guy is, I'll cash you out with this $300 tonight. Yeah, it might seem all right, but what about that guy that sees that long term? He probably got the money. He just don't want to do it yet because he want to see if y'all really real. But most people go after that. Same thing with a man. This one don't want to fuck tonight, but the other one will. Let me go after the one that want to fuck tonight. That girl probably wanted to do all type of shit to you. But she like, you know what? I'm going to wait and see if it's real and all that. But men don't get that part. So it is what it is. And this is what happens when you rush shit. Now, I'm not saying that like motherfuckers should be texting you 80 days later and shit like that. Is bullshit. Like, they should be putting effort into you, but I wouldn't be rushing the shit. What's the rush? It is what it is, man. I'm telling y'all, man, when you rush, bad things happen. I've seen it personally. I've seen other people do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in a rush for this shit. But I forgot what I was trying to say. You could feel something after all that. I got all that. So now, look, this is what they say. You could meet somebody 5 minutes and not feel something you've never felt with somebody else before. For one, these are just feelings. And once again, you don't know that person. You see what I'm saying? I guess you could say that, but if you look at it from a perspective how I look at it, that I don't know this person yet, so how the hell can I really say that I really want them and all this bullshit? You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. And I don't go by feelings, just feelings alone. So what if I met somebody tonight that made me feel like something I've never felt before? You know, people act like the people they was with didn't make them feel something. Maybe you forgot how them people made you feel at one point. Yeah, you know, a lot of people forget. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a feeling. What does feelings got to do with if this person is somebody you should pick or not? Just because I'm feeling somebody don't mean I should pick them or marry them. You know what I'm saying? Just because just because I feel like I like this woman better than this woman over here, that don't mean that woman's not the right one for me. Guess what? Only way to find out is to take time instead of just jumping into the Cinderella bullshit and you know, acting like you in some fairy tale land. Because the more you get to know people, the more you start to see, maybe this one over here that I was thinking, maybe she is the best one. See, but people don't do that. You know, they jump out the window, and then 6 months later, I had a kid by him. I thought he was this and that. You know, blah, blah, blah. You cannot be, time reveals, man. Time reveals almost everything, if not everything. I believe, like, take your time. I'm not saying, like, you don't want a person to think that you're not interested in them. Like, I'm just playing around and I'm not ready. You don't want to do that. Nah, but just take your time, man. Marrying somebody that quick? I don't think so. And I'm going to say this for this very reason. Not because I'm against marriage. Because marriage does not do anything. It doesn't change the relationship. Why do people think, I'm married now, that's my wife and blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, you already seen her as a wife before I married her. So what the fuck does a piece of paper got to do? I'm not saying I wouldn't marry a woman, but what I'm saying is before I marry a woman, I'm already going to see her as my wife before I marry her. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me, this is wife now, you're my wife. I'm already calling her wife before she got married. Before we got married, I'm telling her, you're my wife. Speaking it and receiving it, right? That damn piece of paper. Just like when it comes to kids, if I ever become a father, I'm already preparing mentally. I see how Griffin, this guy, does this with their kids and interact with their kids. I learn from that. I see this and this, and I see how hard it is as a parent. All this, yeah, you got to experience it, but at least I could prepare myself for it. I need a lot of money. I need money. I need this and all that. I don't have to be a parent to be, preparing for it. So that's all I'm saying, man. Ain't nothing else to say about it. I mean, you do what you do. Y'all want to get married because you think it catapults some shit? Go ahead. Don't change shit. What happens after the Cinderella stage starts to fade off and people start taking off their masks and showing who they really are, and maybe the feelings wasn't really as real as you thought? Now what? Now you married. It ain't that easy to get up out of something like that. And that's why it's just like having a kid by a woman. You got to be careful. Or a woman having a kid by a man. You really got to really know somebody before you do, because you never know with people, man. You just don't. I'd rather be able to pull back without being married and having kids with somebody when I find out, damn, she cheated on me or whatever. Then, I married her and all that because I was feeling her in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I thought she was the love of my life, so I just went ahead and married her out of feelings instead of logically thinking. You know what I'm saying? If I meet a woman and in 5 minutes I feel like this is my wife or whatever, that's fine. That don't mean I gotta run down some fucking aisle and all this bullshit. Don't. Nah, I just keep going with the fucking flow. Like, just letting shit happen. Because that motherfucking license don't define our relationship. And it does not define how I feel about that person. You see what I mean? It does not define me. Some people say a single person can't talk about a relationship because they think if somebody's in a relationship, that defines them. Well, if this is the case, And why are people in relationships in other women's inboxes and shit? You married like a motherfucker, but you in every girl's inbox. Oh, I thought that since you wasn't single, that this makes you some special relationship guy. It don't work that way. It just doesn't, people. So be careful with this shit. Done talking about it. You want to get married? Go ahead. That's your choice, but it ain't gonna change shit. It's still the same shit. You still got to play it the same way. You know, it's like people think once they get married, it's all over, and I don't feel like marriage is the accomplishment. I feel like staying together is the accomplishment. Marriage is just something you chose to do. It's not necessarily it is an accomplishment. Let me take that back. It is, but it ain't. You get what I'm saying? Because that's not the ultimate goal. That'd be like at halftime, I'm winning a game. Oh, we accomplished it. Yeah, we accomplished some shit. So high five, motherfucker. We winning right now. But the game ain't over. What's the goal? What's the goal in marriage? Never to break up. So I don't know what's all this cheerleading and cartwheels motherfuckers is doing when they get married. And nah, it's just now beginning. Now it really gets to the nitty gritty, because now people feel like, I got them now. They ain't going nowhere. Now you about to really see if they got on mask or if they really real or not. You see what I'm saying? But before all that, it don't really matter. Because a lot of people, I'm on my best behavior. I can't fuck this shit up. Like people when they first get a new job, they on their best behavior. Then the motherfuckers 2 years later, they're cutting corners on every fucking thing. You see what I'm saying? And that's just human nature. Let's just keep it real. So ain't no point in acting like it's not. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that if you get married in 6 months, it won't work. I'm just saying why. What is the purpose? What's the purpose, y'all? There is no purpose. It doesn't change anything. This is already my motherfucking wife. God knows my heart. I still look at her as a wife. I don't need to walk down an aisle yet to prove this shit. Now, if we together 8 years or something, and she hinting that she want to get married, I'm wrong if I don't do it. What the fuck am I waiting on? That's different. But 6 months or something, when we ain't never been tested, never been through shit, how we even know the relationship is really real? How do we even know that the people that we are presenting to each other is real? You don't. Let's be honest, you don't, man. And people change. What about that? Some people change. So when they change, I don't even want to be married to this person no more. How do you know if this doesn't? It happens, man. So be very careful. Man, marriage and having kids, those are the two things that people, you got to take that shit seriously, man. I feel like I wouldn't even want to have a kid by a woman until I'm married. I think, like, if I can't see her as somebody I would marry, I don't think I should have a kid with her, you know, if I could prevent it. But I'm gonna let y'all go, man. You know, all that feelings bullshit, that's feelings. That's feelings. That's all it is. I met somebody in 5 minutes. I feel this and that. I don't give a... It's stupid. I'm being honest with y'all. It's only feelings. And sometimes it ain't even feelings. It's just thoughts. You just think like you just infatuated with somebody. So you thinking you feeling some shit that you really ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could say, come and pick up this $1 million check. And I'll be like, I'm feeling the best feeling I've ever felt in the world. Maybe I might feel that way, but if I really sat back and thought, maybe it's not. Maybe if I had a kid or something, maybe that was a better feeling or something. You know what I mean? People caught up in the moment and all that other bullshit. And sometimes people forget how somebody made them feel when they was with them before. They don't give exes enough credit. Like, I say it all the time, man. Like, doesn't matter if they do me wrong or did me wrong. They still they gave me great times in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to just say because I met somebody I like a lot that I've never, like they never did nothing nice for me. Or, yeah, come on, man, stop. That's fantasy land. I don't live in fantasy land. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way somebody I meet in 5 minutes going to make me feel better than somebody that I knew a long time. How? I only known them, 5 minutes? How? So people, even in a couple days, 5 days, people are saying people they just met in 5 days is giving them feelings that somebody never ever gave them. I don't understand how. I mean, do what y'all do, man. I'm out.